I'm Nathaniel Burgundy, and here's today's news. Earlier this week, the British Parliament passed the Tea Act of 1773 and continued the tax on the American colonies' tea. This act follows the Townshend Revenue Act, which placed some items under tax in the colonies like glass, oil, and tea, of course. All were recalled because the act was unpopular, except one, the tea tax. Tea. The tea tax made colonists angry because the tea tax was the only one that remained after all the other ones were abolished. The tax was so unpopular that the colonists stopped buying the tea altogether. This boycott almost bankrupted the tea sellers because no one was buying their tea. Before the Tea Act, the East India Company could only sell their tea in London, England, with a tax. The Tea Act removed the tax that the tea sellers had to pay, but kept the tax for the colonists. This act also allowed the company to sell their tea not only in London, but in the American colonies. Has a nice kick. Soon after this act was introduced, 17 million pounds of unsold surplus tea were being shipped to America. But it didn't do much. When the ships, the Beaver, the Dartmouth, and the Eleanor, got to the harbor, dock workers refused to unload the tea because they were so unhappy with the tax. The Sons of Liberty demanded that the East India Company return to Britain immediately, but the governor refused to abide by these demands and was keen on keeping the ships in the harbor until the issue was resolved. I don't know what's going to happen. You guys know? I'm not exactly sure. Anything could happen here. There could be a group of idiots who boards the ship and, trashes the whole thing. Well, I don't know. See you tomorrow. Stay classy, or third hour.